The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio, sponsored by the University of Phoenix. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
Hi, this is Sally Harrison with the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and today we are in the podcast room, the University of Phoenix podcast studio, with our friend Kevin Rosa with Adance Champion Supply. Welcome.
Thank you, Sally. It's great to be here today.
I see you more than some of my own family and friends.
Well, I try to get around.
And that's a good thing.
Thank you.
Truly it is. It's a good thing. So you're here to talk about a handful of things, but specifically, let's start with you talking about Advanced Champion Supply, because you are a longtime member. Years. You've been here longer than I have.
Yes.
Give us a little history.
Sure. So thank you.
Yeah.
Advanced Champion Supply, we are a family business, and we have been proud members of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce for about 46 years now.
Incredible.
And
Thank you.
It's fantastic. One of the first things my dad did when we came to town was he joined the Mesa Chamber of Commerce because he realized the value. Mm-hmm. And so we've been continuing to be chamber members. We're multiple chamber members,
yes,
but Mesa was the first and is the longest.
Yes.
So we have a long tenure. We have made so many friends. We have met so many great people.
Mm-hmm.
We have business with the chamber itself and with chamber members. So we find continual value being a Mesa Chamber member.
Well, and you are an ambassador.
I am an ambassador, yes, and I have been, and I enjoy doing that very much.
Well, you're very good at your job as an ambassador.
Well, thank you.
People appreciate hearing from you very much. And we appreciate the help, obviously. So we have affinity programs, like lots of chambers do. Share with us the affinity program that you have in place with the Mesa Chamber.
Well, thank you. We look at the affinity program as a partnership to help the chamber, to help its members. And so what we'd like to do is make a special kind of offering to our chamber members and provide them with something that maybe we might not provide to others. That specifically looks like this from our perspective. When we do assessments of facilities, we're a janitorial supply company, so we don't do any cleaning. We get that question sometimes, but we do not do cleaning. We strictly sell supplies to businesses. We work with facility managers, maintenance supervisors, and other people that buy products that they need to take care of their facility. So one thing that's common in every facility, whether it's a school, whether it's an office building, whether it's a manufacturing plant, is restrooms.
Yes.
They're not always the same. They don't always look the same.
Sure.
Most cases, they don't always smell the same. That's another issue. But restrooms are a common thing in a building. And sometimes we find that in those restrooms, there are old dispensers. There's dispensers that don't work. Sure. Things need an upgrade. And we could walk into a restroom and find a lot of different situations. So our affinity program is to go into a business's restrooms and see how we can do an upgrade, do a makeover, provide some things, even possibly for free. And some people don't understand that sometimes we can actually provide new dispensers for free. And it creates a whole new environment in the restroom. That's one place that they are visiting every day, maybe multiple times, is the restroom. And so when you have nice amenities in the restroom, whether it's soap, toilet tissue, paper towels, even air fresheners. It creates a place where they can go and know that, hey, I'm going to do my business here, but it's going to be a great place to be.
Well, dispensers are important. I mean, you've mentioned that a couple of times, because I know I've walked in, not to ours maybe, but to a restroom, and the soap dispenser doesn't work. It's just a frustration, and you're standing there going, okay, I'd like to wash my hands. Well, I guess it's just water and a paper towel today.
That happens all the time. And those are the kind of things that people will put up with and get frustrated with, because they really don't understand that there is somebody that will come into their facility and help them with that process. We are not an e-commerce company. We are a relationship company. We want to be there. We want to be in the facility, and we want to create a long-term relationship with our customers.
Nice. Well, and I know you do that, because I've heard that from other people.
I appreciate that.
Talk about the details of the program. How how does it work? How do people get signed up or get involved with you?
Sure. Well, the best way to do is to click the link on the Chamber website.
Okay, good.
And if you're not already doing so, folks, please go through the Monday morning message.
Yes.
And Bob would be very happy if you did that. And click the link that's there on the Affinity. Click Advanced Champion, and what it'll do is that'll send a message to the Chamber, and they will reach out to me, and I will be personally the one that comes out to the business and does that assessment. We're a small company, and I'm one of the family owners, and we just take care of people. We take care of things, and we take care of people.
Yeah, you do. So, talk about why Advance is such a proponent of chambers.
Well, as I mentioned, we are a member of multiple chambers. Mesa, the longest. I have to say that again.
We're the oldest.
That's right. But we believe in the chamber's missions. We believe there's great value in the chambers. We also believe that not everybody understands, and one of my roles as an ambassador is to get people to understand how the chamber helps their business. And you should support your chambers because they're doing good for you, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, there is a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happens. I mean, through staff and other members, that you don't necessarily have to be in a meeting or active in an event to have a benefit from that.
Exactly, and most people don't understand that. So once again, as an ambassador, as a business owner who gets it, I like to convey that message.
So I have a little story. Can I tell it?
Sure.
Are you worried?
Am I going to be embarrassed?
I don't think you'll be embarrassed.
Okay.
I think it's a good story.
Okay.
Because I know that you go out of your way to do just that. You go out of your way to help businesses, not just chamber members, but take care of people. And a few years ago, during COVID, you were doing a lot of that, right? I specifically remember being at the ballpark, at Hohokam Stadium, and watching the general manager of the stadium running around because MLB had basically put out notices saying you will do these things in the ballparks for spring training. And I happened to be standing where he was trying to, tape a dispenser, a hand sanitizer dispenser to the wall, and he was shaking his head, and I asked, you all right? And he said, well, not really, because we don't have any more hand sanitizer. Like, we are running low, and this is a mandate. We have no choice, and our supplier doesn't have anything. And so I asked, so would you be able, if I could introduce you to somebody else, to use a different supplier? He's like, I got to get something, man. And I said, okay, let me make a call. So I called you, and you said,
I remember.
I will be there. What's his name? And I said, well, when can you be here? He's, okay, I'm going to be there in about an hour and a half. I said, okay. And when I walked in and told him, it was seriously like this, like even before he had met with you, just knowing that you were going to come and be able to do something for him. He didn't know what at that point, but it was this immediate relief. And it was so good for me to be able to say, hey, a chamber member's coming to your rescue, basically. But you did. You came in an hour and a half later, and you hooked him up.
We did.
And,
Thank you.
I don't think he'll ever forget that. So thank you, because you made the chamber look good that day. Well, but that's what we're supposed to do, right?
Right.
As a team.
Yeah, and really, Sally, that's what makes us different, is that we will be responsive. People have a lot of choices where they can buy their stuff.
Sure.
But when we engage with people, we create that relationship, and we want to be there, and we want it for the long term. Well, so we're going to do just that. We're going to respond quickly.
Well, I appreciate that. Anything else you want to mention? How do people get a hold of you? Where are you located?
Well, we're located in Gilbert. I know. You asked the question. I wasn't going to say it.
It's okay. We know not everybody can be located in Mesa. It's all right.
But our long history has been in Mesa, and our roots are in Mesa. And so
what's your website?
It's www.advancechampionsupply.com. They can reach out to me personally. I do give my cell phone number, 602-568-4688. 888-288-4830. Call me. It's always on. Leave a message. If I'm doing something like this, sitting in a podcast, it'll go to my voicemail, but I will call you back promptly.
I know you will. Thanks for being here, Kevin.
Thank you, Sally.
We appreciate all you do for our community.
We appreciate you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.